Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from HVAC Services. Stay warm and enjoy the parade.
At the Glasgow EPB, we make it easy to be our customer. Those who need Glasgow EPB services can apply in person or online and can pay their monthly bill the exact same way. Learn more at glasgowepb.com.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. The staff at Calvert and Nunn excel in the product knowledge to fit the insurance needs of each customer. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Extreme Health Club now has all the space and equipment you need.
We've got the room, we've got the machines, we've got the full-time personal trainers.
Talk to the Extreme Trainers for information about reaching your fitness goals. Extreme Health Club on Moran Street in Glasgow.
All right, Henry, I think we're back here on our parade coverage this evening. The Glasgow Christmas Parade, and Aloha Christmas is where we're heading this evening.
I tell you what, it's going to be fun indeed to see how people the process of getting ready for the Christmas parade begins with a lot of afternoons and evenings after school to start building floats, to start thinking about how they're going to use music creatively, how they're going to use the lights, how they're going to factor in some of this Aloha stuff here tonight. I'm anxious to see that. But it's a team effort, but people enjoy working together to make it happen.
Absolutely, and a part of that working together, we can't fail to mention that we have a slew of sponsors to make this broadcast possible this evening, and we want to highlight those too.
That's right. Here we've got Extreme Fitness as a sponsor of this broadcast, along with HVAC Services, Calvert and Nunn Insurance, Southern Kentucky Collision, Fine Arts Bistro. And we want to give special thanks to the folks that help us out right here, including the Green River Rentals, Greer's Florist, and the Avenue Church, which we gave a big hot cocoa plug to there. You know, where can you go celebrate Hawaii and hot cocoa at the same time?
That's
not
right.
Many places.
It's not naturally something that goes together.
No,
but,
that's right.
Here it is in Southern Kentucky tonight. I want it to go together. Also want to give a special thanks. We mentioned Southern Kentucky Collision. The staff there at Southern Kentucky Collision wants to thank all their customers for an amazing 2022, and with 15 full-time employees, they pride themselves in customer service and industry-leading standards to repair your car back to pre-accident condition. Merry Christmas from Southern Kentucky Collision.
And we're spreading the good cheer of the Glasgow Christmas Parade all around here on the EPB Channel 6, Glasgow Electric Plant Board's YouTube channel, and here on WCLU 103.1 and 1490. That's the place you find us doing a lot of stuff together. And for a great number of years, we've been teaming together to do the Christmas Parade broadcast here, and I'm glad that we get to do it again tonight.
Absolutely. Well, it's a great honor to be sitting next to you to do this too.
Thank you.
Because you've been doing this for quite a while, and you know, I just get to glean some wisdom from you during this too.
There's no wisdom, but I do. It's, you know, you go back to your childhood, because the Christmas parade, I think maybe in 1962, which means I was 6 years old, my dad was actually the chairman of the Christmas parade. So what I'm saying is, I have seen it evolve from back in the days. The parade used to line up. Now, not everybody will be able to place it in their mind, but it would line up on Leslie Avenue. You know where the triangle is on Leslie Avenue? And it would go down Leslie and around the big curve, headed towards South Green Street. They would all line up there, and then when the lights came to start the parade would pull out onto on the South Green Street and head downtown.
Neat.
That's kind of the way. And of course, as the parade has grown over the years, they've had to come up with better places to stage the parade. And I know over the years, the Glasgow High School has been awfully cooperative to let the parking lot out there be used to set up the parade, and it's quite an operation. I can tell you, over the years, many volunteers for the Christmas Parade Committee have been involved in setting the standards, the way that registration has to be, and the guidelines to make sure the parade gets started on the right foot and in the right order. And there's a big long list of people who have been involved in that. And a parade like this, Brennan, over the years, it just doesn't happen. It takes a whole lot of people involved to make it happen, from the people who put units in it to the people who make sure they get out of the gate at the right time, and that we have safety on the route and everything else.
Yes, you mentioned that. I know a couple of months ago, generally around September, October, somewhere in that range, that's when the first little bit of, Christmas parade teas comes out. Those applications come out in October, and
Right.
Obviously folks have to get those turned in. But like you said, the operation is staged so well. In fact, I know today specifically, roadways were being closed at noon, or parking spots around the square, and then
Right.
at 1 o'clock, Scotty Drive and that area was being closed. So all that goes to say that it's not something that everybody just pulls up an hour before and gets ready for,
Well, and talking about everybody getting out and parking early for the parade, Glaswegians seem to embrace all types of special things with a great deal of excitement. When we have the Louisville Orchestra here in the summer, you can come down on the square at 5 o'clock the morning of the concert, and there are lawn chairs in the courthouse lawn from people trying to get a good location. So, it kind of, and when two people see that happen, say, well, I better go get my chairs too. And next thing you know, you've got a whole lot of excitement building for events like that, and for events like the Glasgow Community Christmas Parade as well.
I feel like we do have a duty as well to mention, apart from a history part of our community here on this broadcast, the last couple of years since we've been rebounding, I hate to continue to talk about COVID and the pandemic, but it's had such an impact on our world and our community. But this community has really bounced back amazingly. And one of those things, I know back earlier this summer when this year's parade was announced, and the Grand Marshal and things like that, it was being done at an Entertain Glasgow concert series.
Right.
So some of those concert series taking place in the summer months. Obviously, all summer long we have the farmers market around the square.
Right.
And then this event, this is probably one of the, if not largest, community events that we have that just brings everybody out.
Well, I know, have heard from all week long people from other communities in southern Kentucky and beyond who plan on being in Glasgow tonight for the parade, for all the reasons that we've been talking about. So we want to welcome you all, and we want you to have a good visit to Glasgow while you're here for the parade. And a lot of people walking around downtown and up and along Columbia Avenue here, and a whole lot of good vibes tonight for sure.
That's right. I do want to mention, while we're on the topic of our community, our Grand Marshal this evening, which we'll see eventually, is Bodie Janes.
Yes.
Mr. Bodie Janes is, I was looking to see if he had a birthday, because when they announced this, he was 15, but that was back in August, I think. But nonetheless, 15 years old, and goes by the name Barefoot Farmer of Finney Holler.
Right.
And I actually had the privilege of sitting down with Bodie earlier this year and just doing a little bit of a chat with him, a part of a series that I do. And wow, Bodie is an impressive young man.
He is.
Has his own produce stand, and just a little small example of a small business person, but nonetheless, he is going to get the spotlight tonight as the Grand Marshal.
I think that's wonderful, and all of the youngsters who tune in and who are here tonight can see a young gentleman who is being recognized just because he's got some energy, just because he's got creativity, or as my mother would say, just because he's work brickle.
That's good.
He's not afraid to go home after school, and instead of passing out on the couch, he is working the garden, cranking out all the produce that he does, and he's got a place to sell it, and he's making money, and he's also just setting a good example, so much so that does deserve being highlighted as the Grand Marshal in this parade.
That's right. I was just thinking about it too. He certainly does work. In fact, when I was there at his home and there on his farm, I believe it was back in June, May, somewhere in that range, and I remember when I was filming that show earlier this year, it was sweltering. I mean, it was hot, and I'm convinced that it was June, because Junes here in Kentucky are hotter than May. Nonetheless, though, Bodie, being the son there of Brian and Stacy Janes, they both told me about their son being one that just doesn't, he's not typical in the fact he's not going to sit in the house. He's outside barefoot, as the name implies, in the garden working, no matter how hot it is. So
the boy can grow a tomato.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if I had some bacon and bread, I'd hope he'd be throwing out tomatoes up here. We'd take a big long break, Brennan.
Sure.
It's pretty good to see youngsters involved in that. We're going to take a quick break right here. We're broadcasting live on Columbia Avenue here on the east side of the Avenue Church, where folks are gathering, getting ready to enjoy and take in an Aloha Christmas, the 2022 Glasgow Christmas Parade. Back in just a moment.
Extreme Health Club now has all the space and equipment you need.
We've got the room, we've got the machines, we've got the full-time personal trainers.
Talk to the Extreme Trainers for information about reaching your fitness goals. Extreme Health Club on Moran Street in Glasgow.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from HVAC Services. Stay warm and enjoy the parade.
At the Glasgow EPB, we make it easy to be our customer. By offering both energy and broadband services, those who live in Glasgow benefit from knowing that their essential utilities are always working to benefit the community they serve. Those who need Glasgow EPB services can apply in person or online and can pay their monthly bill the exact same way. When you have trouble with your service, help is only a phone call or click away. That is how we strive to make our services convenient for you. Learn more at glasgowepb.com.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. The staff at Calvert and Nunn excel in the product knowledge to fit the insurance needs of each customer. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
We are back live on the EPB Channel 6 on WCLU Radio, as well as on YouTube, as well as on the WCLU app. Any place that you want to find out about Christmas, you have found the right place, because we are cranking it up and getting ready for the 2022 Glasgow Christmas Parade. And we've got our scout up here on the edge of the truck looking. She thinks she's seen some police car lights, and that means that the parade is getting a little bit closer to us. And, you know, the parade always starts, I guess sometimes we've been in a situation where if there's a gap or something and they kind of get in a hurry and they race past us, the opposite happens when it begins. We'll have plenty of time to set the stage when the parade comes up here. It's a nice, you know, it's a great show area right here on Columbia Avenue, right beside of the Avenue Church. And there was a lot of folks in there, the church hosting this watch party tonight. There was a bunch of folks out here to enjoy getting ready for the parade. You know, Chef Danny with the Fine Arts Bistro wants to invite you to try out their new winter menu. That's right, a new menu down at the Fine Arts Bistro, from the all-new delicious chicken burrito and the burger bistro bowls to his homemade secret recipe soups and sandwiches. Fine Arts Bistro has something for everyone. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Fine Arts Bistro on the Square in Glasgow. It's good every time.
Yep, it is. A lot of unique items there, too, to eat, so I'm excited about it.
That's
I think we're getting the indication that we're seeing the first little bit of the parade. I don't see it at this point, but that we are getting close. So folks that are listening, you know, just hang tight there.
That's right. We are... you know, the worst thing we could do is get on here and we could snooze and miss the first part of the parade. We want to, you know, lead into it and be ready to say that it is officially going. And folks have already taken in the parade from Glasgow High School down to the intersection there of, of Park Avenue and the Columbia Avenue. So it'll be rising up through here. It's a really nice parade route. Columbia Avenue is a really nice wide street. You know, you always worry in the parade trying to make sure that you don't you know, have youngsters running out into the street or something like that. And Columbia Avenue is a really excellent place for this parade to be staged. It's a good, you can see everything and not be too close to the edge. And I've always felt like that was a smart decision to move it to where it comes down the road right here. It's a beautiful, if you've ever, you know, we used to broadcast from downtown, and when you're downtown looking back up Columbia Avenue, it's so beautiful to see the parade coming down the hill there in front of the old post office and all the lights. It's a very effective use of the lights for sure. So for Christmas, Brennan, have you turned your list in yet?
My list has been turned in.
All right.
I had a deadline, I think, is the end of November. So
Okay, well.
Thanksgiving night, it's like, what do you want?
That's right.
I don't know.
How do you know by then?
Exactly. I don't know. Honestly, and I'm not just saying this, honestly, I just wish everyone could be happy and healthy because, wow, my family has certainly, the last couple of years we've had sickness around the holidays. We've had to postpone our celebrations and whatnot. So I just hope everybody, is healthy this year. That's certainly at the top of my list.
Well, but I think you're setting a good example because even though you had to postpone it, you still found a way to celebrate it.
Sure.
And that's what we got to do. Every day you report the news, and it's not always welcome to the good news report.
Right.
There's a lot of things that happen that just aren't all that enjoyable to learn about. They do happen. But that's the reason why we kind of have to refer back to the joys of the holidays, the kind of things that we all celebrated as we grew up, and the kind of things that we look forward to celebrating in the coming year. It is it's just a big transition, I guess, is the best way to call it. We have a couple of blankets going out down here on the side of the Avenue Church. We're just going to cuddle up there and watch it happen.
That'll work. I was going to say, I don't know if we have a camera over that way, but we have a little one. It looks like in a radio flyer.
Yeah. with a nice little cover
canopy
on it,
doesn't
That's
it?
right. I guess that one could join the parade if it wanted to when it came by. I like that.
I was trying to think of a description for our folks listening, and the best way I'd describe it is, looks like a classic radio flyer wagon, but the catch is that it's got like a canopy, like you'd see maybe a king or something being carried under.
Well, there used to be what they call the Surrey with the fringe on top, and that's probably a little red wagon type Surrey with a fringe on top.
Yeah.
But I think that the occupant of that is going to have an excellent view of the parade as it comes up here on Columbia Avenue tonight.
Absolutely. I was going to mention, too, this hillside here. There's a little knoll here right here as you're coming up the hill to the church.
Yeah.
And part of the fun tonight has been watching some of these children rolling down it. I guess that's the fun you get to have before the parade gets here.
I think maybe one time since we started using this vantage point for broadcasting the parade did we have snow during the parade. So that was, and you know how it is when the first snow flakes fall, everybody tries to start sledding, sliding, whatever. And so we had some of that going on this hillside at one time. But tonight, I'm just tickled to death that we have such an agreeable evening weather-wise. And we can just kind of get through it. And, again, we want to welcome everybody who comes to town, so to speak, for the very, very famous Glasgow Community Christmas Parade. And nobody is ever disappointed with the parade because there's a whole lot of people who understand the importance of making it a good one, Brennan.
We'll see a lot of newcomers here in the parade this year as well. Because, of course, we've just had an election. I know some of our incoming elected officials will be joining the parade this year.
Right.
And then also some folks that are coming back for their umpteenth time, meaning they have been here before several times. Right. And I'm looking forward. There's one float. I had to sneak into the script
there you
here
go,
and look
sneaking,
ahead.
Brennan.
That's right. And there is going to be a display, I believe, of maybe 4 different floats with the same business. And they're going to tell a story with those 4 floats.
Okay.
So I think it's 4, maybe 3, somewhere in that range. But anyway, so it's going to be interesting.
Why don't you tell us what float that is so that we can know to watch for it?
Well, I'm trying to remember the entity that's doing it, but I know that they're going to start with the birth of Jesus.
Okay.
And they're going to work through Jesus' life. But instead of doing it all on one float, they're going to take it through a few different floats. So.
Very creative.
We'll see it in just here in a little while, and I'll be able to point it out by then. But
I'm excited about that. The creativity, the way that people say, let's do this. And, of course, as this night parade has grown older each year, I'm sure there are a lot of people who are involved in this parade leave and say, man, next year we're going to do this or we're going to do that, or it would be nice if we got this set up. And make it even better. And we see the end result of that thinking each and every year, Brennan.
That's right. That's right. Part of our broadcast tonight, we've got the parade, of course, and some commentary here. But I see the strobe of the police car. So it's within my sight, which means it is getting close.
Right.
And I believe that as the habit goes of this parade, it'll be the police chief leading us tonight. So
before we get into the parade again, in case we get distracted, don't forget to thank our sponsors tonight: the Southern Kentucky Collision, the Fine Arts Bistro, Calvert and Nunn Insurance, HVAC Services, and Extreme Fitness. Good community merchants who certainly enjoy the fact that we have a great parade and want to be a part and sponsor it. I want to thank Green River Rentals. That's that big scissor-looking lift that's right down there beside you came from Green River Rentals, and of course all the beautiful floral arrangements from Greer's Florist and the hospitality of the Avenue Church. It's Aloha Christmas. We got to remember that, Brennan. So we want to pick up on any sort of aloha. You don't remember, but some people on the audience will remember a guy who sang Hawaiian music and made a good living on it, a guy named Don Ho.
Okay.
You ever heard of Don Ho?
I don't think so. I haven't.
We'll have to find somebody. I don't know if we even have any Don Ho records at the radio station or not.
Maybe.
But you look him up right there. But yeah, he made a lot of. He had a beautiful voice, kind of a tenor voice, and everything. Had a ukulele in every song. And
that's right.
It was kind of a neat way to learn about this Hawaiian Christmas there.
Well, I'm excited about it. We've got the parade within an earshot and somewhat of an eye shot. Hopefully by the time we come back, we'll be getting into that parade.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
At the Glasgow EPB, we make it easy to be our customer. Offering both energy and broadband services, those who live in Glasgow benefit from knowing that their essential utilities are always working to benefit the community they serve. That is how we strive to make our services convenient for you.
Extreme Health Club now has all the space and equipment you need.
We've got the room, we've got the machines, we've got the full-time personal trainers.
Talk to the Extreme trainers for information about reaching your fitness goals. Extreme Health Club on Moran Street in Glasgow.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays from HVAC Services. Stay warm and enjoy the parade.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. The staff at Calvert and Nunn excel in the product knowledge to fit the insurance needs of each customer. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
All right, here we go. Somebody sent me a text. I told you I haven't looked at my phone, but it actually was a text from you to me. So
That's right.
I'll put that down there. I'll just go ahead and X out on that one, all right?
Yeah, that'll be good.
We're sitting right here next to each other, but we've got headphones on and engines running, so you have to text me. That's fine. I'll eventually read it, I guess.
Well, sometimes you have to do that, because like you said, we've got all this other stuff going on around us. But anyway, so we just got a report just a moment ago. Let me get my verb tense straight here. That the parade is moving a little bit slower, but I'm actually encouraged by that because it'll give us some time to see it, we are seeing the first little bit here of our parade. It's not within view shot of our camera shot just yet, but I can tell you that I see the police, and following is the Army ROTC. So. It'll be here in just a moment.
Well, we've got lots to be proud of around here, and not the least of which is the Glasgow Police Department and the Glasgow Fire Department and the Barron County Sheriff's Department, as well as all of the other law enforcement officers who are all involved in one way or another in things that deal with our safety here at this time of the year. It's you can go to bed on Christmas Eve waiting for Santa, but sleep well knowing you've got some of these folks who are watching the store for you, and that's just the kind of community that we live in. And
we do. They've got a wonderful
That's why they
department.
need to lead the parade for sure.
Each of those entities you mentioned, great folks. Chief Arbogast here, Jennifer Arbogast, driving this car, I believe.
Right.
We'll see her in just a moment. I think I may have heard her even. Heard someone going over the intercom on the police car.
Yeah,
so.
well.
And we have our first little bit here sneaking up on us.
Here we go. The blue lights. Over the years, blue lights have gotten modernized as well. Look, the little ones flashing right there, and there's no mistake that the blue lights are running if you happen to see that somewhere.
That's right.
right behind the Glasgow Police Department, we've got the Barron County High School Army Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps. This is their marching unit of the Junior ROTC, instructed by Larry Geralds and Joey Simpson. The JROTC motto is motivating young people to be better citizens. That is a great activity for those youngsters to get involved, to learn how to do things together, and to celebrate our heritage and our freedom and our democracy, as well as to represent their high school quite well there, Brennan.
They do. A great group of kids there that are always a part of that group, and too, the folks that lead that program as well. So I'm encouraged by it. You know.
All right. I want to hear about the Grand Marshal, because the Grand Marshal is coming into view right now, Brennan.
All right, it's Mr. Bodie Janes here, the barefoot farmer of Finney Holler, as we mentioned a while ago.
Yeah.
Bodie is just 16 years old,
Yes.
but he's making his mark here in Barron County and beyond in the agriculture community. Bodie's one of only 2 recipients in the region to have received a U.S. Department of Agriculture grant to build a greenhouse that will expand his already growing garden. Merry Christmas from the barefoot farmer of Finney Holler.
That's it. Does he have any shoes on down there? Can you tell?
I can't
believe
tell.
He does. I believe he does. But that's okay. That's okay. He's throwing stuff out.
It's a little chilly, so I hope so, right?
That's right. That's right. Right behind Bodie as our Grand Marshal, we've got Phillips IGA, one of the parade sponsors, wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas. A family-owned business out there that's been serving Hiceville, Kentucky and surrounding area for a long time. It's a cool truck, too, I got to tell you.
Looks like they're handing out some Lays.
Okay. Oh, that's a Hawaiian theme there.
That's right.
From Hiceville, Kentucky.
That's right, and we're getting something brought up here to us.
What is it? Look at that.
All right, Trevor's brought us a couple Lays and
A beach
and
ball.
a beach ball.
For Hawaii. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, Trevor.
Trevor Phillips from Phillips IGA.
You're going to put on your Lay
All
for
right,
the
I'm going to put it over
festivities?
here, and I'm going to practice on putting it on here in a second. All right, that unit in front here is the Glasgow Scotty Band.
Yeah, it's the parade staple here that we've got.
That's right. You know, we love our music here, and over the years, well represented. Glasgow Scotty Band. They're both high school and middle school members of the Scotty Band, most of whom were involved in this year's marching band, the 2022 KMEA Class 2A Marching Band Champions. The Scotty Band consists of 43 members, 1 field commander, Naomi Dominguez, 10 color guard, and 11 students who helped with the props. Scotty Band directed by Mr. Jonathan Holmes and assisted by band director Doug Smith. Let's listen to the Scotty Band. They sound like champions, don't they?
Oh, my.
They play.
Wonderful.
Right.
It just always gives me cold chills to hear that.
Don't you love their effective use of lights on all those instruments tonight?
I do. I'm tickled by it.
All right. We've got the government section coming up here now. Local government. We have an entry from Barron County Jailer Aaron Bennett. Jailer Bennett is a fine gentleman who serves us well. This is he's driving the inmate work program truck, which is a very effective program here. And boy, do they have a nice Hawaiian-looking float there. The big trees and all of the folks there kind of dressed in a Hawaiian fashion.
That's right. And we had a little one handed off there. I don't know if anybody saw that. We had a little one that was watching right here, got handed off onto the float. Following the Barron County Jailer float is an entry from the Army National Guard, and they're coming into frame here. They are featuring a M142 HIMARS, which is a light multiple rocket launcher developed in the late 1990s for the United States Army. Sounds technical and pretty neat.
You know, our local 623rd unit, over the years of its existence, has served this country well in a lot of different situations, as well as this community well, too.
They have.
Next up, we have our very own Barron County Clerk, Helena Chase Birdwell. She and all the wonderful ladies who work at the Barron County Clerk's office want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. They've got that license plate that says Aloha on the float there. I think that is kind of sharp.
That is a really interesting float there.
Yeah, it really is. Good work. You know, it takes a little while to get that done.
It does. Next up, it's Barron County Judge Executive-elect Jamie Bewley-Byrd wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas.
She's got a big truck in there with some
It's a big truck.
Hawaiian-looking greenery in the background there, and she's walking the parade wearing her flashing lights, making sure that she gets to stop and speak to those. And she has been recently elected, and I'm not sure what the official date of her swearing in will be, but it'll be right around the corner, and she's dressed for the season as well. All right, following the Judge Executive-elect is Glasgow Public Defender's Office. The Glasgow Trial Office represents indigent clients in Barron, Metcalfe, Hart, and Monroe counties. The Department of Public Advocacy is celebrating 50 years of representation this year. They do a lot of work in that office for sure.
Yes, they do. Up next, we have the Barron County Jailer-elect. It's Mr. Aaron Shirley there standing in the back of that truck, wishing all a Merry Christmas.
Well, you know, that's a big operation over there. That's another operation that's got to go around the clock, and you got to have some good people to run it. And I know that he will have good people with him there at the jail. Jailer-elect Aaron Shirley. We are come next. We've got our Kentucky State Police units coming in here, wishing everybody a very happy holiday season. And right after the KSP, we have.
It looks like Family Court Judge Micah Wood Pence, joined by her family, to wish the families of Barron and Metcalfe counties a merry and magical Christmas. You know, I'll note here on this, all of our judges that are currently in office, they did not face any competition, if you will, in this year's election. So Judge John Alexander, Gabe Pendleton, and Micah Pence will be reelected, or they were, and they are here joining us this evening.
Well, you know, it's a tough job, and they do a good job, and it's good to have them to take the time to begin the parade to remind who our public servants are, for sure.
That's right.
Just like we're reminding you about our coroner, Tim Gibson. He is coming through here. He's got Santa on the roof. Tim Gibson, and Tim has held this office for a great number of years.
Yes.
And up next, we are, I believe this is Mike Richardson, isn't it?
It looks like, and this will be our county attorney-elect joining us here, and he wants to thank Barron County citizens for their support and wishes everyone a Merry Christmas.
All right.
That does it for our government entries this evening, it looks like.
All right. Well, we're going to shift gears, Brendan, into, and there's Mike Richardson right there. You saw him on the TV right there out walking the parade route. We've got the Aero Safety Group here. I'm dreaming of an Hawaiian hazmat Christmas. I love that theme.
Well, look at it. It looks hazmat.
Yeah, that's right.
Biohazard, radioactive.
The float looks hazardous to your health. It features drums of radioactive materials, beautiful palm trees, and an Hawaiian elf wearing all of his proper PPE.
Wow.
Learn from that elf.
That looks good.
Aero Safety can help ensure you remain safe during the holiday season.
I mean, I'm impressed. Look at that. It looks like it's got green fumes coming out of it.
That's right. That's right. We did. You know, just what is it again? The hazmat, the Hawaiian hazmat Christmas.
I like that a lot.
I do.
Following our friends at Aero Safety this evening, it's A Touch of Trend, wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday Season. Looks like they've got a Santa Claus there with his, the skirt there. And he's got a Hawaiian shirt on.
You can't think of it. You mean like a grass skirt?
Yeah, grass skirt. There we go. It's pretty straightforward.
I mean, I just took a wild guess.
Yeah.
Looked like grass to me.
Oh, me.
All right. Up next, we have Roscoe and friends from the Bowling Green Hot Rods.
All right.
Now, you know, it's a great place to take the whole family to enjoy a ball game. They do a great job with the hot rods, and we're fortunate to have them close to us. And there's Roscoe and all the crew waving right there. And, of course, the hot rods are in between seasons right now, but they'll be cranking it up before you know it.
They will. Our next two entries this evening are from Troy's Trailer Tech, specializing in all your trailer needs. Established in 2008, They're a mobile trailer repair shop with over 25 years of experience changing the transportation industry.
Up next, we're going to have this unit you were talking about. First place in small business, Brendan. This is our next 5 entries from MCS Lawn Care. It's owned and operated by Miles Shirley, who is a junior at Barron County High School. MCS offers full-service lawn care from seeding to leaf pickup. They want to say aloha and Merry Christmas to all this holiday season. Is that not impressive?
I know we mentioned it last year, but I'll say it again. You know, last year our folks that were here with our parade, we had a lot of young people, and no different this year. They're just moving on up. And, wow, look at this. I mean, this is 5 entries here from MCS Lawn Care. And as you just mentioned there, Miles Shirley, a junior. Wow.
And
that's impressive.
Yes. In other words, a lot of investment in equipment in order to do the job right, you know, setting a good example of that as well. And you just got to love this first place small business sign on top of this truck. And then look at that Aloha float that truck is pulling right there. This is MCS Lawn Care.
And they've even got Stitch on the back there, it looks like.
Okay, yeah.
From Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, I see Stitch on there. In the holiday spirit of things, for sure.
That is right. Volcano even. That I mean, that's impressive lineup. Well, way to go.
We can certainly see why that the judges bestowed upon them the first place trophy from the parade.
Absolutely. And it looks like as we're finishing up with MCS Lawn Care here, we've got a large trailer to end the folks there, and even a larger truck. I mean, we are still seeing MCS pass us by here.
Well, that's all right, you know. And if you're going to do the job, you got to have the stuff to do it with and do it right. And certainly they are taking advantage of having a good audience to watch the parade and see the strength of their fleet of Get It Done equipment right there for sure.
Absolutely. And following behind here closely, MCS Lawn Care is moving on through, and we're going to say Merry Christmas from ATM Media Solutions, who's joining us for the parade this evening. And looks like they are having a good time in there as well.
Yes, indeed. They do a really great job of getting the word out, so to speak, particularly with their display billboard advertising opportunities they have, and glad to have them in the parade and making a difference in the place that we call home for sure. You're watching the Glasgow Christmas Parade and listening to the Glasgow Christmas Parade, brought to you by the Fine Arts Bistro, Southern Kentucky Collision, Calvert and Nunn Insurance, HVAC Services, and Extreme Fitness on an absolutely gorgeous, perfect night for a parade, Brennan Crane.
Absolutely. I'm tickled about it, and I'm just excited about it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna decide to put on this lay. Maybe we might take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
All right. You want to take a break while you put on the lay?
I think so.
I don't know. I thought you wanted people to watch it when you
Well,
did so.
I don't know. I mean, we've got a float coming in.
All right.
You know, but we got a second. There's a little gap.
All
here,
right. Well, let's take the break then and come back, and we'll have the lays on.
At the Glasgow EPB, we make it easy to be our customer. By offering both energy and broadband services, those who live in Glasgow benefit from knowing that their essential utilities are always working to benefit the community they serve. Those who need Glasgow EPB services can apply in person or online and can pay their monthly bill the exact same way. When you have trouble with your service, help is only a phone call or click away. That is how we strive to make our services convenient for you. Learn more at glasgowepb.com.
All right, we are back broadcasting live. The staff at Southern Kentucky Collision wants to thank all their customers for an amazing 2022. You know, they have 15 full-time employees out there, and they pride themselves in customer service and industry-leading standards to replace your car back to pre-accident condition. Merry Christmas from Southern Kentucky Collision. Lays on.
The lays are on.
That's right. We don't mean potato chips either.
Didn't even have any before I left.
That's right. Okay, what do we got coming up here next, Brennan?
All right. Looks like we are going to have a pretty robust float, actually, from our friends here at Hawaiian Shave Ice.
Now, what better parade that they should be in than the Aloha Christmas Parade here for Hawaiian Shaved Ice?
That's right. That's naturally fitting here. Can you believe they've been in business in this community 9 years?
Family-owned business. They shave ice. They have a shave ice shack.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, is there some shaved ice in there?
We've got some snow cream.
My goodness. What did I do with that cocoa?
We've got some snow cream just here for us. Wow.
They have the big shack down there in front of the Glasgow Building Supply, and that looks really good. I want to tell you, that looks good.
I mean, I'm afraid to start eating it, honestly.
Yeah.
But
well, we'll get it going. We got more people coming through right here. No, but thanks for the shaved ice from Jerry and Darlene Francis. Okay, there you go.
The Furry Farmhouse offers boarding, daycare, and grooming for dogs. Located at 4710 Tompkinsville Road. They offer a special place for all dogs. The Furry Farmhouse, your dog's home away from home.
And that is so important. You've got dogs, I've got dogs, and we got to have a place to take care of our dogs, and the Furry Farmhouse is doing a great job at that.
And I'm glad it's in the county, too. It's a little different. You know, you don't have to bring your loved dog to the city, maybe.
That's right. Our next two entries are with the law office of Flora Templeton Stewart. Flora, along with Poppy and Pixie Raccoon, would like to wish everybody a safe and happy holiday season. Is that Poppy? No, that's Pixie in the front.
Pixie's in the back, and Poppy's up front,
okay,
looks like.
All right, okay.
Am I seeing that right?
No, it's backwards.
It's backward.
Yeah, Poppy is bringing up the rear. So
I see now.
It's all, piece of making sure everything's all right. Anyway, looks like we got Forever Communications coming up here. Who is this?
This looks like Mr. James Coates is leading with the Willie vehicle here, featuring 96.7 the Beaver, Woohoo 107.1, the Big Willie 94.1 and 102.3, and our radio home for tonight's parade, WCLU 1490 AM and 103.1 FM.
That's shady-looking characters driving down through there, isn't it?
James, he drives slow anyway, so this parade's perfect for him.
That's right. And followed by that is the Woohoo 107, all-hit Woohoo, part of our Forever Communications family as well. They've got that. That's a colorful float anyway, and the lights just really adds to that.
It's like Shannon Presley there in the Woohoo vehicle.
All right, Shannon, and she's good about decorating, too. Look at her. There she is with her little Santa hat on. All right. That's good to see all of our co-workers there with us in the parade.
Absolutely.
We got ZZK Auto Sales coming up right here. Now, they did some creative things with that float, kind of built it's kind of got a sort of a fringe around the top of it, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then they've got a snowman, which you don't see many of in Hawaii. But I think that's kind of a creative way to merge the theme of the parade and the Christmas spirit. Up next,
they have a fire on there too. I don't know if you
didn't see that. No, I didn't. I'm thinking, whoa!
I think that one's planned. I almost got a little scared.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't. That's not mentioned in the script.
No, it's not.
It's going to be burning.
That's right.
All right, here we go.
Our next entry here, it's from A&J RV Rentals. A&J RV Rentals. It's based out of Edmonton. Serves all surrounding counties. You can find them on Facebook for all your RV rental needs. They deliver, set up, and all you have to do is show up and enjoy your stay.
And right behind them, we've got some folks at WNKY News 40 spreading aloha because local matters. WNKY News 40 is the area's television home for NBC, CBS, and my favorite, the MeTV network, focusing on all things local.
You talk a lot about MeTV.
That's right.
All the classics on there.
MeTV and Perry Mason. What a way to go to sleep.
Yeah. You got some. You look like some kids out there stepping into the snowfall.
Yeah.
It's not disappearing, so I don't know what that is coming out of that. But anyway.
Well, I mean, they're
spreading aloha.
That's right. It's kind of a snowflake cannon or something like that.
It's interesting.
But,
I've not seen one of those.
We appreciate the good folks there at NBC 40 for putting the effort into building a float and putting the effort into being in our parade, too, Brennan.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Coming up next, we have a Wise PC. Yep. These are good folks right here. They've been serving Glasgow for over a decade. And Wise PC does computer repair. They have used computers, cell phones, accessories, prepaid cellular service from H2O Wireless. Merry Christmas from Wise PC. They're good fellows, good folks down there. They make a difference for sure.
Henry, I'm hearing some music. I don't know if we have our field audio out there. I don't know if you could hear that on the broadcast.
Well, let me try to see.
You hear that?
I don't know. Yes. Well, ironically, that is the entry is the loudest Jeep in Glasgow.
I believe it.
Let's prove it, okay?
Describe you are as follows, and I quote, stink,
Spank. Stunk.
He knows the words.
That's right.
Man, we are hipping and hopping on this broadcast booth tonight.
That's pretty good.
Alfred's Connection, the loudest Jeep in Glasgow. They do remote start to warm up you, audio parades, LED lighting, backup cameras, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, and more. And that's Alfred's. Been there 20 years. Jump right next to the Luxury Lawn folks. Third place winner, Brennan.
They're right. Next 5 entries here from Luxury Garden Center. Luxury's located at 1757 West Main Street here in Glasgow. They're here for all your landscaping, hardscaping, and garden needs. They specialize in quality, satisfaction, and friendship. In order to provide the best service to their customers and be the best version of themselves, the great people at Luxury Garden Center rely on Jesus Christ for guidance. He's the reason for the season, and they want to help spread that message with their entries in tonight's parade. Each of Luxury's floats represent a part of the life of Jesus Christ, and that's the mention that I made at the beginning of this broadcast, and we can see that here.
Well, we just had the loudest Jeep in town. Now we got the biggest tree in the parade. Look at that thing.
Look at that.
They're using that
excavator there.
Excavator to hold it up for sure. It's beautiful, just beautiful.
Sometimes you just have to take in the beauty before you. You know, you can't explain it.
Right, right. We're glad to have a Luxury Garden Center in our community, and certainly glad to see them put their effort into the parade. Third place winners in the small business category here in the 2022 Aloha Christmas Parade from Glasgow, Kentucky.
Luxury is coming up here with another a vehicle here that they use, I imagine.
Yeah.
And they've got, I think that's a gingerbread man. I'm seeing the back side of him to begin with.
I'm sitting there trying to think of the name of that piece of equipment. You're saying, hey, is that a gingerbread man? I don't.
Two different people here, right?
I'm not good on names of heavy equipment.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm not either, but I'm going to trust these folks to get the job done. So.
I think that is a gingerbread man. But anyway. Good-looking equipment there, too.
Lots of gifts there. I wonder if those are heading to anybody, right?
Well, I mean, that's the nice thing about it. It's they're going your way. Got them loaded in the front end of that loader.
You know, we had just obviously there a few minutes ago, we had 5 entries, and this is, again, 5 entries for this one business. But, wow, we were talking about the dedication people put into building these floats, preparing for this parade, and it's evident.
Yes, indeed it is. You know, there's some pride in, of course, you know, the rules, going back to the beginning, for this to be a parade that runs smoothly, you've got to have rules at what times people have to be there, at what time, the last moment that you can be let on the lot, those kind of things. And for it to happen, you got to follow the rules. And these people obviously are following the rules to do this good of a job and to get it in the parade.
A job well done there. Third place small business for our friends at Luxury Garden Center.
Congratulations. Up next, we've got Extreme Gymnastics, wishing everybody a very, very Merry Christmas. And they've got a bunch of people involved in that float there, too, don't they, Brendan?
They do. I mean, well, look at the trailer. I mean, we've got several kids on there, but we've even got folks that are walking outside.
Yeah.
I think a lot of those kids there are probably involved with some sort of gymnastics.
Yes, I'm sure they are, and you know, but it's a dream come true for a lot of kids to be in the parade, and I'm glad that Extreme Gymnastics is making that possible tonight.
Absolutely. Looks like following our friends at Extreme Gymnastics here, we are seeing our friends from Shane Walton there with Remax Highland Realty and Auction. He'd like to thank all of his clients for allowing him to represent them this past year, and he wishes all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes, right. Shane's a good fellow, a busy man too, with in the real estate business around here, and glad that he took the time to get into the parade, Brennan.
Absolutely, and I think we've got another coming from Caldwell Banker Legacy Group this time. Looks like it's Chelsea Parrish.
She's a real estate agent with Caldwell Banker. She exudes credibility, commitment, and determination. She serves clients across Kentucky and Tennessee, and she wants to put her knowledge of real estate process to work for you. Chelsea Parrish. Congratulations. All right, up next.
It's our friends from Best One Tire and Service of Glasgow, located at 100 Shawn Lane.
Yeah.
Best One provides service and repairs for all vehicles, large or small, and tires for agriculture, equipment, semi, and passenger vehicles. And I believe it. I think they will change just about anything, as their commercial says, that rolls.
That's a family-owned business, and they do well for sure. We've got some friends from Commonwealth Broadcasting coming up here. The next two entries, everybody at WKLX Sam 100.7 and WPTQ 105.3 The Point. Want to wish you and yours Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And they've got certainly they got that vehicle lit up right there. They're driving a brick truck.
Yeah, a brick truck. I was going to say I'm.
It looks cool. I'll
blend
say that.
in depending on where you park it around
That's
town.
right.
I guess.
And here's the Sam 100 truck that's right behind there as well. Our good friends in the media business. It's just really wonderful to have the input from those of us in the media to band together to make for a festive night for sure. All right, look at that crowd gathering around those folks.
Coming up behind our friends there at Sam 100.7 and Commonwealth Broadcasting, it's two entries from Bailey Gibson, Buick, and GMC, where they're saying aloha from Bailey Gibson, now serving Barron County and surrounding areas for over 40 years. They appreciate the support the community's shown their family business all through the years and wish everyone, wow.
Look at there.
We got some up here.
We did. Somebody's got a good pitching arm there.
Look at that, right here it comes.
On the Bailey Gibson crowd out there. Thank you. We appreciate that. Got that Hawaiian shirt on there.
About the time I said Merry Christmas, I saw some candy, and here comes Todd Barber up the hill to catch some.
Yeah. There he's bringing it up right here.
He's bringing it up here. So, Henry, we've amassed some Lays, some ice, some candy.
That's right. And so that leads us right into Pendleton Family Care.
Yep.
Pendleton Family Care, locally owned and family medicine practice, seeing pediatric to geriatric patients. They keep the care in health care one patient at a time. They do a great job, and we're so glad to have excellent health care providers in this community, Brennan.
I mean, that's a full boat there. That's a pontoon.
That is right. They are, of course, that in keeping with the Aloha theme right there. Plus, it makes for a nice float to have. Everybody has a lot of room to sit down and relax.
That's right. Next up are two entries from K&M Mobile Home Transport. K&M's licensed, insured, and KMHI certified organization with 100% customer satisfaction. Make moving a dream with K&M Mobile Home Transport. You can visit kmmobiletransport.com to learn more.
And boy, they have used lights effectively on that float. Look how many lights are just wrapped around everything on that float, Brennan.
I like it says, in a world full of Grinches, be a Cindy Lou Who.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very good.
That is good.
K&M Mobile Home Transport. Up next, we are looking at the unit from Despain's Detailing. It's a family business, specializes in cleaning and detailing inside and out of all vehicle types. Don't get caught riding dirty. Give Despain's Detailing a call.
That's good. I
like that.
I graduated with Dalton. So.
It's a clean looking float for sure.
That's right.
As detailed, I'm sure, by Despain's.
Absolutely.
Up next, we have coming before us at our review stand the entry from Matthew Stevens, the mortgage team, powered by Ross Mortgage. Now, they serve all residential mortgage needs, but they specialize as veteran mortgage advisors. The Matthew Stevens mortgage team includes Matthew Stevens, Samantha Wilson, Caitlin Walters, Abby Payne, and Madison Short. Merry Christmas from Matthew Stevens Mortgage Team.
Very good, very good. And folks that are following behind them, looks like Siddons Farm Beef this evening.
That is right. That is Mr. Farmer, Robert Siddons in there. What a good fella for sure.
That's right.
They have a very, very nice float, and they are regular attendees at the farmers market, and they provide quality beef to everybody here in southern Kentucky.
And it is good.
That's right.
No
question
delicious.
about it. That's right. Robert will be upset if it was anything but good, for sure. I can tell you that. All right, we've got the Love Boat. Tell me about the Love Boat.
The Barron River Boat Shop presents Love Boat this evening. Barron River Boat Shop, their family-owned small business located in Lucas. They want to wish everyone a wonderful holiday season and aloha from the Love Boat.
That is a pretty boat for sure.
It's not a love shack this time.
Oh,
Love Boat, right?
That's right. I like it. That's exactly right. Carver's Towing is up next on the screen. Carver's Towing is a growing family business. They have two rollbacks to serve our community's needs. Tonight they're hauling a 92 Camaro convertible and surfboard on their way to a luau. I like that.
All right.
They want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Trey there with his mother Emily. I'm sure some other. I saw Billy in the front seat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just looking for other folks there.
He's clearing the path.
Yes.
We've got Ridgetop Auto, the second place winner. Let's tell them about that, Brennan.
That's right. This float, it has its own tiki hut, as you can see, a bar, heated fireplace, chickens roasting, and a sandbox for the kids. Merry Christmas from Ridgetop Auto.
And they're using the Hawaiian Mele Kalikilama on the side of the float as well from Ridgetop Auto. Aloha Christmas. Now, Rustic Nail and Company, I have been wanting to see this, because it's a very creative sounding float. Rustic Nail and Company, nationally known for their custom design and build projects. Rustic Nail is blessed to celebrate the joys of Christmas with family, friends, and the local community. That is a very fine, handsome float right there for sure, Brad.
It is. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole house.
It is.
Very nice I imagine it's the shop.
Yeah, and I hope that the people who are watching on the television or listening on the radio can capture the beauty of what we're trying to describe to you. This is a very nice float indeed.
It is. I mean, there's no telling how much time went into making that. I'll have to see if I can't find out. I'll be interested to hear. Our next entry here, it's from American Eagle Lift Truck Service, locally owned and operated for over 17 years with over 95 years of total combined service. Call us for all your forklift needs, specializing in forklift sales, rentals, and repairs.
Well, you know, we have lots and lots of small businesses and industries in this community that need services like forklifts, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
It's nice to know they don't have to have their own on the staff. They can go to a place like American Eagle Lift Truck Service and get that taken care of for them.
They even have a truck there on the back of that trailer there. So
I was going to see if it listed what kind of a truck that is. I can't tell you what kind of a truck that is.
I mean, it's some sort of Chevrolet, I believe.
Yeah, okay, all right.
It's coming up.
It looks like the truck that Timmy's daddy used to drive on Timmy and Lassie.
I know that I know if my father is watching or will watch, he'll be ashamed that I can't name what that is. But it says Chevrolet Apache on it.
All right. Well, there you go.
That's what we got.
You can go with that for sure. And certainly a nice float full of Christmas cheer.
Yeah.
Following the American Eagle Lift Truck Service, we got World Finance Loans and Tax Services in Glasgow in our parade. And they want to wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas.
I want to make a note here. This Hawaiian shave ice, it's still frozen.
It is.
I mean, just so you know, we're sitting outside in a natural freezer.
That's right. We are sitting out here. We are depicting the actual feel of things out here.
That's right.
There is no shaved ice that's melting.
Yancey's Gastropub presents Elvis Aloha from Hawaii. Yancey's is the only brewery here in Glasgow offering 8 different draft beers and top-shelf bourbons along with some of the best pub burgers in town. Happy holidays from Yancey's.
They've got a nice facility down there, and they've done a good job of making it look good, and they put a lot of work into that down there, and they have a lot of good music, a lot of good food, a lot of good times at Yancey's. Elvis says Aloha from Hawaii. Up next, a staple floating the parade, the giant chicken from Zaxby's of Glasgow. Zaxby's home to the best chicken in town. They want to wish everyone a Merry, Merry Christmas. That is one giant chicken right there for sure.
One giant chicken. Olaf is on there.
Yeah.
The Grinch is following. Batman was on the right side of the truck. And, I mean, wow, they brought a lot of crew with them tonight.
And you know the youngsters are loving seeing all of those characters on there and just trying to see what's next. Can't wait to see what's next.
That's right.
I can tell you what's next.
We've got our next 2 entries here from the Vintage Barbershop here in Glasgow. Vintage Barbershop, they're owned and operated by Nathan Branham. Nathan has over 25 years of barbering experience. Vintage Barbershop, they want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Come visit them. They're at 902 West Main Street. No appointments necessary.
That's right. They got it. And, of course, that's a new location for them, and they certainly served the public well with that location there. Up next, it's Paparazzi Jewelry. Paparazzi Jewelry, I believe that's who that is. They're glistening with jewelry around. No, this is Goodnight Heating and Cooling. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Let me get caught up over here. Goodnight Heating and Cooling with Goodnight the Elf. as well as Good Night Heating and Cooling, feeling the tropical Christmas spirit in his Hawaiian outfit. Good Night.
And coming into frame here, it's our friends at the Restore.
Okay, Habitat Restore. It isn't like the shopping experience anywhere else. Prices are great. You never know what you'll find, and you're helping out your community with every purchase. You can visit the Restore Tuesday through Saturday. It's at 506 West Main Street. They do a great job. It's amazing the volunteers that work there and take care of all of the wonderful donations they have and making it ready to go again.
And they had a wonderful painting on the side of their building this year. You can see that driving down West Main, and they put up 2 Habitat homes in our community too, I know, this year.
That's right.
Merry Christmas from Legacy Cuts and Shades. Legacy, they're presenting our next 4 entries. As you can see, we've got the front end up there, a Jeep. I think actually all their entries are a Jeep. So
okay, all right. Well,
some sort of a Jeep, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know, it certainly is it's good use of lights, good use of nice-looking equipment, and glad that they come here and show us some of these neat vehicles that they have. Legacy Cuts and Shades. They've got the Hawaiian trees, and what is that? I'm trying to figure out what kind of tree that is in the back of that truck.
It's a palm tree.
Oh, palm tree. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't have as good of a look as you did.
Forgot about the grass skirt earlier. Well, and coming up behind them with a grass skirt on, it's Thoroughbred Express.
All right, Thoroughbred Express. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from your Thoroughbred Express car wash. The old family up there, they do a great job. They aim to provide an unparalleled service experience and offer top-quality exterior car washes while making lasting contributions to the community that they call home. They always have a good attitude up there. It's a good place to go and get your car washed.
And Stanley Steamer there following them of Bowling Green. Merry Christmas from the folks there at Stanley Steamer.
And they do air duct cleaning, it says there, too, from Stanley Steamer. Glad to have them over here tonight. And we're moving into a different category. This is the Sky DKI unit. This is a service home business restoration company. And they specialize in water and fire and mold and smoke and storm damage. If you have some bad luck, sounds to me like they can turn it around in a hurry for you at Sky DKI.
Vincent's Lawn and Landscaping, they want to wish you a Merry Christmas and blessed New Year. Give them a call for all your outdoor needs, lawn services, and spring and fall cleanups. Serving Barron, Hart, and surrounding counties. Contact them 270-473-0800.
All right. They've got a bunch of green lights on that one right there for
They
sure.
do.
Is that the Grinch hanging out of the top?
I think it's the Grinch and Lou Who there, Cindy Lou Who.
Okay,
So,
Cindy Lou Who.
in a world full of Grinches, be a Cindy Lou Who.
That's what you got to do.
Brightview is following behind here. It's Brightview. They're an evidence-based comprehensive addiction treatment center here in Glasgow. They accept walk-ins Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can schedule appointments online at brightviewhealth.com or call their 24/7 access hotline at 1-833-570-HELP. And you can find them on Happy Valley Road here in Glasgow.
621 Brightview. A-List Detailing wants to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and remind everybody of their detailing and car audio services as well. We detail RVs and campers and boats and cars and trucks and more. No matter how big it is, they can detail it at A-List, 270-404-6144.
And our next 4 entries here, and I'm hearing some music again.
All right.
Tree KO. They're
right.
going to knock out those trees. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from those folks.
Let's go to the street, Mike. You ready?
Ready. Now you contain yourself.
All right.
I mean, it's a Hawaiian party here.
I like the name, though. Tree KO.
They're going to knock all those trees out.
That's right.
I like that.
That's right. Tree KO. Some nice equipment they bring in with them, too.
They do. I mean, they've got this large chipper, and then coming up behind here, it's a load trail trailer. And they've got some folks sitting on the back of that trailer. They've got some presents, a Christmas tree around
Isn't that
there.
a pretty white tree?
It is. It is. Just those LED lights do something for it.
Up next, we got, let's see. Well,
We're still on.
That's right. Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself here. This is Tree KO.
4 entries tonight.
Wishing you a very Merry Christmas indeed.
I've seen, this is probably the 3rd or 4th float with the Grinch walking beside it. I don't know how he can be everywhere at once.
Well, I mean, he does some amazing things overall.
Yeah, he does.
He can steal Christmas.
Look at this little one here. Little one was not impressed.
Yeah, well, the Grinch is overall a scary person until you know a little more about him.
That's right.
All right, now we've got coming up here our next unit is from Serve Pro. Serve Pro of Barron and Warren counties wishing all a happy holiday season. Now, a Serve Pro, when you have to call them, a lot of times you've had a bad thing happen or two. And, a Serve Pro helps out in times of disaster, in times of restoration, things of that nature. But it looks to me like they know how to surf a little, too, out in Hawaii.
As I was driving over here, I was preparing for this. Mili Kalikimaka. I knew I'd get myself tongue-tied if I didn't practice, but you see that there on the snowman there. I mean, this theme really is widespread because I've seen tons of Santa Claus and Frosties, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
They've all got Hawaiian-themed stuff on. So.
I like that. It's just something to run with for sure.
That's right. Jesse Muse is following here and the Mills Real Estate team. They'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We also want to say thank you to all of our customers and clients for a great 2022.
That's Mills Real Estate, Jesse Muse. They've got their Aloha auction sign there. They might be selling a vacation home in Hawaii and didn't even know it.
I want first dibs.
No, you better run down there and catch them and talk.
They even got a little shack there on the back of that. Look at that.
Pretty nice, isn't it? Very creative.
That's neat.
Just love how people think this stuff through.
And this is an exciting one, Henry.
That's right. Opening January the 2nd, it's the all-new Bucky Bees Barbecue. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. They want everybody to know how excited that they are to open their new location in Glasgow, January 2nd. All right. Bucky Bees is going to be out there in the Central Center, not the Central Center, but in the shopping center out there in the Ollie's shopping center is where they're going to be.
That's right. They've got, I know they've teased it a little bit. They've been out there, as you see that truck there.
Yeah.
They've been out there serving some of their food in front of the former Sidelines building.
Yeah.
But they are moving in there. It'll be here before you know it.
That's right. Counting it down. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Bucky Bees. And also, we want to say Merry Christmas from Ag Central Co-op.
I mean, here in Barron County, ag is an important thing. Agriculture. We are a bustling agriculture community. And I'm proud to see that we've got some folks embracing that tonight.
That's right, indeed. And bringing out some of the big tractors, some of the things that it's got to have to get this done. And you're right. To see us embracing that is really important.
Yeah.
The unit's coming up next is from Ely Drugs. Ely Drugs family wants to wish you and yours a safe and happy Christmas. And they thank everybody who has allowed them this privilege to be a partner in their health care needs. A long-standing operation in Ely Drugs, but yet they keep up with the very changes in medicine distribution, and in health care. And we're glad they took the time to be in the parade in a gorgeous sleigh tonight.
Before I was a broadcaster, I worked at Ely Drugs in high school.
And
so those
nice
folks, they're good for building a foundation.
No question.
Coming up behind our folks at Ely's, it's Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Hagen Lawn and Landscapes. Check them out on Facebook at Hagen Lawn and Landscapes. You can check out Hagen Trucking and Excavation as well. You can call at 270-590-8300. And Seth is a wonderful young man. He's built everything from the ground up.
Yeah.
He's got a good business there.
No question about it. Good business ethic as well.
Yeah.
Western Tack and Harness is a family-owned business since 1978. It's run by Laura Bull. Western Tack and Harness offers horse tack, leather goods, boots, leather and tack repair, home decor, and much more. Merry Christmas from Western Tack and Harness. They've got a good entourage representing them as well.
I mean, I'm encouraged to see, again, that's a little bit of our ag embrace here. We've got all kinds of folks in need of their supplies there. And looks like, that's
all in that category. We're coming into the fire truck category.
All right. And, wow, I just talked to Chief William Rock a few days ago.
Yeah?
Or actually just yesterday.
Yeah.
So, wow, I mean, he's got a fleet here. I'll say that.
Look at that Glasgow Fire Department truck right there. Those pieces of equipment have to be maintained and be ready all the time, and the fire department does a great job with that at our Glasgow Fire Department. Nice looking piece of equipment right there, followed by our neighbors at the Heistville Fire Department. You know, we are very fortunate here in Barron County to have fire coverage in so many different areas through the wonderful efforts of the volunteer fire department, Brennan.
And, wow, I mean, these folks, I can't explain to you. I mean, I cover things every day, and if it weren't for these volunteer departments, a lot of people would be in a tricky circumstance. It'd make it even worse.
Well, that's right. And there's a whole lot of effort that goes into it. You know, we advertise a lot about chili suppers and pancake fries and all that sort of stuff at those fire departments. Haywood Volunteer Fire Department, they're coming in front of us. But it's important that we support them because they're going to be there for us in that unfortunate time when they get called out indeed.
In Haywood, they did secure the first place winnings there for fire trucks, that category there. And coming up behind them is the second place fire trucks winner, and it's our friends at the South Barron Fire Department. You know, we have a lot of coverage, like you said, across this county. Barron County is a big place when you look at it. You know, you think about being at the southernmost tip there around the Fountain Run area, and the northernmost tip, you know, past Cave City, and that's a lot of landmass to cover. So I'm glad we have all these folks to cover that.
Yes, and I guess what I'm trying to say is that you should appreciate it, feel comfortable with having them, but realize it's a lot of effort of people that care about this place.
Yeah, in 1984 is when South Barron, they came into existence, and they've certainly been serving strong since then.
All right, let's see. Did we do Cave City yet?
We have not. Cave City is a couple down. We've got South Barron. Of course, they've got their fire rescue squad coming here, and Cave City's following behind there. And they've got what I like to see in the parade, and it's the Granny fire truck.
Yeah, those are beautiful indeed. Let me go back just a second to South Barron. We want to recognize Chief Kinslow, Battalion Chief Thomas, Captain Brett Wharf, firefighters Chris McFarland, Donovan London, and Alex Mason, who are all in the parade tonight.
Very good.
Now talk about that Granny situation there.
Well, it looks like we have two entries here with our friends at Cave City Fire Department. One of their two entries, as you'll see in just a moment, you're seeing a little bit of it. It's the Granny fire truck there. It was their first pumper in 1942. Cave City Fire, they were established in 1919. So over 100 years of service to the community of Cave City. And you know, they have a very busy job because Interstate 65 runs right through Cave City, and I know between them and Park City, they handle a lot of those interstate, you know, calls and things like that.
And you know, it's round the clock. They're likely to be called out at any time and into some really tough situations too. Granny's doing a good job though tonight, let me tell you.
I mean, for something to have went into effect in 1942,
she's festive for sure with all the lights. All right, let's see. I believe this is. I'm making sure. This could be.
I believe our friends at East Barron.
East Barron, yes. Yeah. East Barron Fire Department coming in here to wrap up the fire truck section of the parade. Units 106 and 107 here. East Barron, they got a big job to take care of things and
they
do a good job with it. And take a lot of pride in maintaining their equipment and having good volunteers who are involved in some of these fundraisers and things that they have out there for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, do we have any indication who the pup is on the front?
No, all I have is Rescue Unit 71 and Ladder 72. Nothing about the pup.
Well, I was wondering if it had a name, but I think what we got going is we got some people who want some candy, and they're trying to figure out if they have any.
Oh, okay, I got you. Is the pup in charge of the candy
I think so. I think the pup just gave the all clear.
Okay, the pup says feed them.
Hey, they've got that truck decked out in some Hawaiian stuff there.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect indeed.
And following behind their Ladder 12 truck is a smaller rescue unit there, Rescue 71. They also have that decked out. I'm trying to look and see who's driving all these vehicles, but it's hard to from this point sometimes if they're a little lower to the ground.
That's a good angle right there where the TV camera was, where we're looking at it from a little bit lower. But nonetheless, the rescue truck lets them get places a little bit faster and deal with other things. And it's another part of the fleet there at East Barron Fire Department.
We've got our club and organizations following behind our fire trucks there. And to kick us off here, who do we have, Henry?
We have the Soma Center for Dance, founded on a vision of unearthing movement as a vital form of expression for people everywhere. Soma believes high-quality, cutting-edge dance education should be made more accessible to everyday people because dance is for everybody. You can join them at the Glasgow Plaza for their dance production of the Nutcracker on December the 17th and the 18th.
And they do a wonderful job. Trevor Edwards does an excellent job with choreographing those shows, and dance is his thing. I mean, I can't stress to you that enough.
And you know, it's a growing entity, and they do a great job with it. They were down for the Light Up Glasgow ceremonies, and they've got the Nutcracker coming up. It's a good part of our community for sure. We have the Grim Reapers next, the Motorcycle Club.
That's what it looks like to me. Founded here in Kentucky in 1965. They're a close brotherhood who enjoys doing charities such as their Polar Bear Ride every February. They want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. That'd be kind of cold, wouldn't it?
That's right.
Motorcycling in February?
Well, but it could be unless you're just not a rough rider, but a tough rider.
That's right. I mean, it's for a good cause nonetheless.
Their float is their way of saying aloha. Come by and join us.
Well, and that's for our folks here at the Boys and Girls Club, I believe.
That's right. I believe you're right. But in either way, come by and join them at the Boys and Girls Club. Mele Kaliki Maka is the wise way to say Merry Christmas to you from the Glasgow Barron County Boys and Girls Club. Ohana means family, and family is the perfect way to describe the atmosphere of the club. Their float is their way of saying aloha, come by and join us at the Glasgow Barron County Boys and Girls Club. Talk about growing entities.
I mean, they are bustling. They just got $1 million,
right?
And they are opening up a spot in Cave City in the next little bit here. So, encouraged by it.
I went too far.
I know that we have our friends from Kids on the Block. Here we are. Kids on the Block float has a blue Hawaii theme based on Elvis Presley's movie. The puppets, they're frolicking under the Christmas palm, surrounded with presents, surfboards, guitars, and, of course, leis.
And the coolest umbrellas that I've seen in a while. Look at those. Can you see those on the TV?
I can. Those look like the Mary Poppins umbrellas,
they are,
don't they?
for sure. All right.
That's coming. That's there with the Marywood Weldon Library.
Okay. And Merry Christmas from what is a fabulous library.
People just don't realize how much of a resource they are.
That's right. They do so many special things, so many community events, so many come and learn. I know they've got like a Christmas card decorating class coming up next week, and not the least of which is to promote the wonderful volumes of books that they have inside of the library and the excellent librarians who help young and old find good material to read.
And might I add, too, they are repping the Bookmobile this evening, and that's a resource in itself. I mean, they drive that thing all around to our schools and different places in the community, and you can literally get in there, and they've got a library. Check those books out. It's good.
Yeah, that certainly is and has been, certainly in Kentucky with being a rural state for a great number of years, the Bookmobile has been a vital part of the rural part of Kentucky and has done a great deal to help bring wisdom to everybody in the state.
Our second place club winner and organization this evening, it goes to the YMCA, a dose of vitamin C. To date, the Barron County Family YMCA, they've taught nearly 45,000 children how to swim at no cost to them or their families. It is this dedication to community with a focus on health and wellness that's allowed them to be a staple here in Glasgow for over 3 decades. Their float, it's aptly named YMCA and features a coral reef, colorful fish, and dancing hula girls.
My goodness, they put a lot of effort into that float at the YMCA. We're proud of what we have with the YMCA for sure.
Yeah, and you know, look at that there. That is I keep saying robust, you know, that meaning, wow, it's just expansive. It's a big float.
Right, that's right, indeed. Now we have coming up the Barron County Rescue Squad and Rescue Dive Team responds anywhere in Kentucky for drownings, vehicles in the water, or search for law enforcement for items in the water. This is an all-volunteer organization that serves Barron County and Kentucky, and we are glad they're in the parade because we need to be reminded that these folks have equipment, that they train, that they have routines, that they have to be able to be accessed, and boy, does that make a difference in a real bad situation.
Yeah, and they are there to respond. I know, we have unfortunate circumstances that they're needed in, but they do a lot of preparation as well. The Barron County 4-H program, it's a family community service organization. The Barron County 4-H program is involved in a wide array of community service programs, and 4-H members and volunteers, they enjoy participating in the Christmas parade annually. Now is a great time to become a part of the 4-H family. You can join today by contacting the Barron County Extension Office for more information. And I see Paula Terry there in the front seat.
Yes, indeed.
And Bud there driving.
That's right. And Paula has meant so much to the development of 4-H here in this community and the strength of it as well. Up next, get ready to hit the waves with Annabelle and the Barron County Moo Crew this Christmas. Annabelle is surfing in style with her cheese board on one last wave before the sun sets, and Santa makes it down the beach party where all the Moo Crew is waiting with their leis and their milk and their cookies. Merry Christmas from the Moo Crew. That's the Barron County Moo Crew. Quite a crew there, Brennan.
That's right. Following behind here, the Moo Crew is the City Crew. It's Councilman Terry Bunnell, Mayor Harold Armstrong leading off there, and a full-blown trolley carrying this evening what looks to be many of our council representatives.
Right, right.
I'm seeing all kinds of folks on there. I see Marna Kirkpatrick. I'm trying to see, I think that's Mr. Marlon Witcher in there.
I believe it is. I believe you got that right. Good folks.
Yeah. Absolutely.
People, and I know that they've got to be proud to see the turnout here at the Glasgow Christmas Parade because, everybody works together, and I believe that almost looks like Joe Trigg riding shotgun up there.
Well, I thought Joe Trigg was driving the YMCA.
Well, maybe it
tractor.
was. I don't know. I'm going to not guess again, all right? And, of course, this trolley is a part of the Historic Rail Park and Train Museum, so they kind of work together on that, too. Barron County Little League football champions have had a wonderful, hard-working year. They want to thank the coaches for pushing them all the way. And look at these youngsters.
We've got some more audio, too, there.
Yeah, okay. Let me find my little street mic.
I mean, they are excited.
That's right. Of course, to get these youngsters involved in things like, team sports, it's great.
Next up, I'm sorry. I was going to say next up, we've got Brawa here with us. And I didn't know that they had a mobile adoption bus, Henry.
I did not either. There's a couple of the pets from Brawa walking in the parade, but this mobile bus right here, that's a mobile bus is a wonderful thing to have. Brawa makes a big difference. And, it's another thing we have to brag about here because some of us remember the old 2 or 3 bay thing out at the Glasgow landfill, and that was way back when. Now we have Brawa and a lot of volunteers.
Yeah, and like you said, volunteers, and this mobile adoption bus here, they partner with area businesses to help homeless animals of Barron County get homes. So we've got an exciting one coming up here, too, our first place club winner this evening. It's the Havoc Travel softball team out of Barron County. Works to develop and instill a love for softball within our female athletes. 2 teams consisting of 10 and under and 12 and under athletes. They compete regularly. 8U and 14U teams, they'll be established in the near future. Happy holidays from the Havoc Travel Team.
Well, they won first place for a lot of reasons, not the least of which was that beautiful banner gracing the side of that float with the aloha and the Hawaiian flowers and all of that. So congratulations. We got a Boy Scout troop coming up through right here. If I can get the right page to flash up here. It's the second place in the clubs. This is the
this is the Scouts category.
Scouts category. Okay, all right. Well, this is the entry from Girl Scout Troop 2105. It's a small Girl Scout troop, 7 scouts. Their entry shows entrepreneurship represented by their Tiki Hut cookie booth. How about that?
I like that.
Selling cookies in Hawaii.
And third place follows behind them there.
Okay, that is the Pack 586, chartered by the Glasgow First Church of the Nazarene. Excited to say aloha to all of their new friends. Pack 586 strives to show how courteous and kind their scouts are and how happy they are to make an appearance in this year's parade. And we're glad to have them.
And finally, our first place scouts here. It's aloha from Boy Scout Troop 661, camping under the palm trees. It's a favorite for the Scouts. Even the Grinch
You're
has
still
joined
hung
them.
up on elections.
I am for camping this year. Merry Christmas from Boy Scout Troop 661.
All right, we move straight from the Boy Scouts into the school category. Looks like to me, Brennan.
I see some Letterman jackets out there. We have our Barron County Trojanet soccer team. This is the Trojanet soccer team who placed district runner-up this season. They're coached by head coach Chloe Poland. Assistant coaches Laney Smith and Mr. Tim Adams.
Nice youngsters there and a good representation. I'm sure they're enjoying being in the parade. And we just got a good shot of some candy being distributed right there from some of the soccer team members. All right, up next we got our first place in the school float coming before us. This is Aloha from the Barron County ATC. That's the Area Technology Center. They have programs and they've been busy using their skills to collaborate on constructing the float. That's right. They've worked together to build this beautiful float in the ATC Center. They encourage all to make someone's Christmas very special by purchasing this playhouse that was built by the ATC carpentry students. You can contact the ATC if interested. I bet you if somebody's seeing this on TV or listening to us watching the parade and they say, I'd like to own that playhouse, we can probably hook them up easily, can't we?
I think so, and I'll tell you what, these students are a big deal because just a few months ago they struck up a deal with our county government and have actually they're going to be working on a fire rescue home. So for displaced families, they are working in conjunction with the county government through a grant, and they're actually going to be building a home that families can use. It's going to be a trailer actually, so it'll be a mobile place that can be put up, at the side of someone's home.
It's a wonderful part of Barron County Schools, this ATC organization. Up next, we're finishing out the school groups with the Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays wish from the Barron County FFA. My goodness, what a strong organization that has been for generations in our community.
Yeah, and FFA, I know here at Barron County High School, they work on their float around, it seems like it's a year-round thing, and they work on it for several weeks ahead of the parade. See Andy Joe Moore there on the back.
Yes.
He is the instructor there, Dr.
Indeed.
Moore.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
He is indeed.
We have our family and individual group coming up, and not only are they the first place in family and individual, but they are also the Grand Marshal Award recipient this evening. It's the Peden family who's wishing you well this Christmas season. They have a display of tropical mountains, waving palm trees, and Santa's elves on vacation in a Hawaiian paradise.
Well, it looks to me like they are making the most out of that paradise for sure on that float, aren't they?
They are. I mean, my goodness. Again, the work that goes into these floats, it amazes me every year.
They got the little water waves coming through there, and the trees are blowing in the wind, Brennan.
I mean, to be looking at things, palm trees and water, and my breath, I can see my breath.
Yeah.
It doesn't add up, but it works just fine because it's what we're celebrating tonight.
And your unthawed shaved ice.
That's right. My shaved ice is still frozen.
That's right.
It's not dripped once.
It's still clean shaven.
That's good.
All right, we got the second place family individual unit coming up here. This is from the Lions family. They win second place with Mr. and Mrs. Snowman enjoying Christmas Day on a beach in Hawaii.
Look at that.
Merry Christmas from the Lions family. They put some thought into that, didn't they?
And I believe that looked like she may be signing this song. Yes, she is.
Okay.
So ASL there, American Sign Language.
We get the little sound of that.
Coming up behind our friends there, it's a new spin on a small-town Christmas, bringing joy, love, and peace in a summer setting. It's Merry Christmas from the Vance family.
All right. The families Christmas and families go together. It's nice to see them go to the point that they have a float in the parade from the Vance family.
Yeah.
And we also have Catherine Elizabeth Crane, who is the WHAS Crusade for Children's ambassador, who raised $1,729.15 last year. We're glad to have Cameron in the parade for it's been going on for decades, the WHAS Crusade for Children.
Following up behind there with Miss Cameron Elizabeth Crane, it is the entry here. Looks like we have Landry Button, who's the Miss Kentucky Junior High, coming in there, and I think we're going over to our next category as well. Oh, Landry, I have right here. Landry, she was the 2023 Miss Kentucky Junior High. She was crowned back in October. She'll be competing against 50 other girls for the title of Miss Junior High America in Little Rock, Arkansas next June.
All right, and then we have coming up Aloha from the Houchins family and friends. This year's float is extremely special as they want to bring awareness to Alagille syndrome, a genetic disorder that affects the liver and the heart. The Houchins family lost their beloved Whitney Michelle Bauer to this disease. She is everything Aloha stands for, as she was always thinking of others and loving everyone. The hope to you and yours is to have a blessed Christmas and a happy New Year.
Next up in our church groups here, we've several church groups, and we have a Shady Grove Missionary Baptist Church. They're encouraging everyone to have that love and fellowship with Jesus this season. Aloha Amin, meaning love, and fellowship with Jesus Christ as the true and faithful Savior.
I believe that's Dolly, isn't it? Christmas times are coming?
Yes.
All right. Nice use of music on that float as well.
Third place church winner this evening, the Poplar Springs Baptist Church. Aloha. Jesus is peace, love, compassion. Merry Christmas from Poplar Springs Baptist Church.
That's a lot of work on that float as well. Following them, we've got the Glasgow Bible Church, a non-denominational church located at 1514 North Ray Street, welcoming all to come and worship God with them.
And then our friends here at Canaan Land Baptist Church, located on Oil City Road here in Glasgow. You can join them for services on Sunday in the morning and in the evening, and on Wednesday nights. They also have a Christian school. Merry Christmas from the congregation at Canaan Land Baptist Church.
All right, and following Canaan Land, it is the Glasgow Cumberland Presbyterian Church at 101 Cumberland Street, inviting you to their Sunday activities, including 9 a.m. Sunday School, 10 a.m. worship, and their Wednesday activities at 5:30, including Kids Life, preschool to 6th grade, the Impact Youth Group, 7th to 12th grade, and the Adult Bible Studies. Merry Christmas from Glasgow Cumberland Presbyterian Church on the Aloha Christmas Parade 2022.
And I see some familiar faces there, so that's always good to see. Coming up behind there at the Presbyterian Church, it's Emmanuel Baptist Church. They want to remind our community of the love of Jesus this Christmas. He's always the reason for the season. Emmanuel Baptist Church, they're located next to Walmart in the Western Hills neighborhood. They are situated a little bit back there, but you can find them pretty easy.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's nice, bunch of nice folks too, and they do a good job there. Up next, we got the first place float in the church division that's coming into view here just in a second. This is the Aloha from the Son, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas from the South Fork Missionary Baptist Church, located at 1932 South Fork Road. Pastor is Ben Wood. Sunday school at 10, services and preaching at 11 each week. First place float. You can see why, Brennan.
I can. Look at that.
Very nice float indeed. A whole lot of work that goes into that.
Second place church category here. It goes to Shiloh General Baptist Church. Merry Christmas from the folks there. And again, third, we have, actually looks like they're third place. I'm sorry about that.
All right.
And it looks like, wow, look at that float.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got, what I'm looking at the base of all that is a trailer, but, you know, decked out in all of that Hawaiian party there. They're having a full-blown lay.
No question about
luau,
that.
I'm sorry.
Luau.
I can't keep all my terminology.
You got to think
right.
on your Hawaii. You know, you need that. I need to play you a Don Ho record here.
That's right. You do.
All
at
right.
this.
Coming up next, that's the Shiloh Baptist Church, and we've got the Cedar Grove Baptist Church welcoming all to attend services Sunday and Wednesday night. Let us not forget the true meaning of Christmas, and always remember the love that God sent to us by a baby in a manger. Merry Christmas from Cedar Grove Baptist Church.
That is one large manger.
Indeed, a big manger. Okay, we've got Glenview Christian Church coming into view right now, Brennan.
Aloha Christmas, sharing the message of faith with the Glenview Christian Church. Peter walked on water through his faith in Jesus Christ, and no matter what storm you're facing, Jesus is walking with you.
All right. We are moving into the large business category right now as comes into view of our reviewing stand here on Columbia Avenue in Glasgow.
Yeah, and I think this is our friends with 3A Composites who are wishing everyone a Merry Christmas this year and a Happy New Year. I am looking for our folks at 3A Composites. I see America's Car Mart. I see T-Mobile. So I'm looking around here.
Well, you know, hey, we'll get them here in a second, but nonetheless, we like to have Car Mart vehicle, pretty awesome. Dwayne Crowder is the new general manager at America's Car Mart. He can't wait to meet you and show you their great cars, trucks, and SUVs. Car Mart's going to keep you on the road. Merry Christmas from Car Mart. Let me see if I can find the information sheet here on
T-Mobile here in Glasgow. Yeah,
right.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Service One Credit Union is...
It looks like we have our friends from Hobdy Dye and Reed.
Okay, all right. Hobby
Cave
Dye
City
and Reed.
store.
Okay, that's they have lots of inventory. Hobby Dye and Reed Cave City store with a New Holland tractor. Visit Hobby Dye and Reed for all of your New Holland needs. This is Bradley Sturgeon driving that tractor. They have locations in Scottsville, Bowling Green, Cave City, Columbia, and Hardensburg.
And our next entry here that you're seeing with a giraffe in tow, it's Service One Credit Union, wishing everyone a happy holiday season. They've got that giraffe in tow, and forgive me if that giraffe has a name. I'm not familiar. I know
right.
A lot of these folks have mascots and whatnot,
Yeah.
and I'm just not up to speed on everybody's. So.
Well, you got to get caught up on that, Brennan. Here's some folks that we certainly enjoy working with. SCRTC, a local provider of phone, TV, internet, and security systems for now over 70 years. They help both residential clients and large businesses. Merry Christmas from SCRTC. They've got the lights on that truck for sure.
They do.
We've got WBKO behind them. Is that right?
That's right. WBKO Channel 13. They offer local news, weather, sports, and entertainment here in South Central Kentucky. They operate the ABC, Fox, CW, and Telemundo affiliates. They'll be adding the Circle and Heroes and Icons channels in the near future. That's WBKO Local First Now.
All right. The next unit we have is a great big looking bucket truck. It's from Farmers RECC, your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, proud to provide reliable, affordable electric service to more than 20,000 meters across 11 counties since 1938. Those are some big numbers, Brennan.
That is. I mean, look at Farmers. They have those rope lights all across there.
That's right.
That arm and whatnot.
Took a little while to wind that around.
That's right. Coming up behind here, it looks like we have our, I believe it is our second place large business. Yes, I see the title now. It's from the Sicilian Bank. The Sicilian Bank, they're locally owned and operated since 1903. They have 19 locations in Hardin, Grayson, Breckenridge, Meade, Barron, Hart, and Ohio counties. For more information regarding TCB's locations, products, and services, you can visit their website, thesicilianbank.com.
I've not seen an armored car in the parade in
Haven't
a long,
either.
long time. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
They've even got their own there.
That's
I
right.
know a lot of folks probably use different services, but they've got their own.
Now our friends at the Glasgow Electric Plant Board that we're proud to work with tonight, and for years and years and years coming into view, this is unit number 3 from the Glasgow EPB, proud to not only provide tonight's coverage of the parade, but to participate in such a wonderful community event. The Glasgow EPB has been celebrating their 60th year of service all throughout 2022. Incredibly proud to serve the community that they call home. They cannot wait to serve Glasgow's electric and broadband needs for another 60 years. Merry Christmas from the EPB. You know any of those folks back there, do you?
Oh, several folks,
Yeah.
several folks.
All right, good.
Coming up,
indeed.
it's our first place large business winner, and it's a Lowe's from Glasgow's Lowe's, where they're a family-oriented company with lots of diversity, love, peace, and hope for our future. Lowe's strives as a company to help the community love where they live. Aloha and Merry Christmas.
How about that? It's a Hawaiian Christmas with a volcano sort of erupting on that Lowe's float,
I
too.
hope it doesn't go any further than that, right?
No, that's right. But that's kind of very creative indeed.
That's right.
We've got the third place large business entry. It's from Rural King of Glasgow. At Rural King, they live, love, and embrace a rural lifestyle, which is why they work hard to give the best price, quality, and service every day. They want to thank our community for choosing to shop with them, and they want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Third place in the business category.
And up next, it's an entry with Norton's Children's Hospital, the Just for Kids Critical Care Transport Team. They provide medical care to infants and children throughout Kentucky and southern Indiana. The nurses, respiratory therapists, and EMTs on the team, they're trained to care for the most critically ill or injured patients, transporting them safely to the physicians there at Norton Children's Hospital.
Up next, it's South Central Bank, proud to be in the 2022 Christmas Parade for 50 years. South Central Bank has been serving customers across Kentucky. They hope everyone can find true meaning of Christmas this year. Aloha from South Central Bank.
We have a nice Cadillac coming into frame here.
All right.
Nice vehicle there.
Yeah. Here, let me get that over. 2 entries. Let's see. Make sure I get the. I'm having a little problem with my paper sticking together. Try that.
You got a glove on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is Don Franklin. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Don Franklin. Our next 2 entries here are some of the fine selections available there on their lot at Don Franklin of Glasgow. The team there wants to wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
Indeed, they are a bunch of fine folks out there. They've done a lot of construction out there with a whole lot more to come. And certainly the Don Franklin family is proud to be now a part of the Glasgow family and being involved in the 2022 Aloha Christmas Parade.
They've got a wide selection out there, too.
Indeed,
I mean, it's a large lot. Like you said, lots of construction recently. And they are good community partners, too. They partnered with the Glasgow Police Department just a few months ago to do car seat installations there in their bays where they work on vehicles and things. So way to go. I'm happy about that.
Well, we've got just a small little gap in the parade, but we've got them coming up here. The Clark Beverage Company, which is a popular entry into the parade because they always hand out some soft drinks.
They do. We were just talking about this the other day. They hand out, some years they hand out like interesting flavors. I think a few years ago they handed out maybe like a cinnamon flavor.
Yeah.
But, you can't beat just a classic Coca-Cola.
Oh, that's right. That's exactly right. And good folks there, and they've been serving the community for a long, long, long time, and they've been in this parade for a long time as well. Clark Beverage Group. It's a family-owned soft drink distributor that's been in business since 1903, taking the time to thank their customers and those at Barron Inc. for putting this parade together for the community.
You can see all the kids are getting excited here for the Cokes.
That's
Clark
right.
Beverage Group there.
That's right.
And as we are getting near to the end of our parade this evening, we are going to be hearing from another band. It's the Barron County High School Marching Trojans, the BCHS Marching Band. They are directed there by Dr. Kip Crowder. Let's give a listen.
All right. Excellent use of lights on instruments once again for the Barron County Trojan Band. The Barron County Band with their big truck they use to travel around to competitions and things of that nature. It takes a whole lot of parents and a whole lot of school personnel to get these kids out to where they need to be and we congratulate them for that.
I would just about probably have, if I was beating on those drums, and we're getting more drinks. Todd
right.
Barber's bringing us
All right,
some
thank you, Todd.
Coca-Colas.
Thank you.
Look at this, Henry. We've got a nice spread of
That's
snow
right.
cream, Coca-Cola, mints, all this sort of thing.
All right.
What do we got coming up here?
I believe we got the Glasgow Post Office.
All right.
I'm sure they're taking up letters from kids who are along the parade route, and they've got a nice American flag on the front of that U.S. postal vehicle there as well. And coming up, we have
It's Glenn in the front seat there.
Okay, Glenn's in the front seat. Yeah,
can't beat Glenn.
that's right.
He makes his route around the city.
Look at Mr. and Ms. Claus coming through here. This is Mr. and Ms. Claus taking up letters and waving to all the folks along the parade route and throwing out boatloads of candy for sure.
And looks like following behind them, of course, our first responders here, which we can't thank enough.
Right.
They are well represented in this parade this evening. We've got the Barron Metcalfe County EMS, and I'm trying to look who's driving there, and I can't see just yet. I like to try to drop some names, especially for some folks that don't really get recognition,
Sure. Another closing cruiser for the Glasgow Police Department, the annual signal of our parade coming to a close when the Glasgow cruiser cruises through right here. So I'm sure that's what it is. And it says here we are going to take a quick break and come back and wrap things up for tonight's coverage here as we've got the cruiser cruising through and a lot of folks loving the parade. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
At the Glasgow EPB, we make it easy to be our customer. Those who need Glasgow EPB services can apply in person or online and can pay their monthly bill the exact same way. Learn more at glasgowepb.com.
Extreme Health Club now has all the space and equipment you need.
We've got the room, we've got the machines, we've got the full-time personal trainers.
Talk to the Extreme Trainers for information about reaching your fitness goals. Extreme Health Club on Moran Street in Glasgow.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from HVAC Services. Stay warm and enjoy the parade.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. The staff at Calvert and Nunn excel in the product knowledge to fit the insurance needs of each customer. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Well, welcome back to Aloha Christmas this evening here for the 2022 Glasgow Christmas Parade. Henry, we've had a wonderful spread of entries this evening,
we have.
Wow, some of them I can't even imagine putting them together. A lot of hard work.
There has been a whole lot. I guess that's one of these post-pandemic things. We talk a lot about it, but maybe folks have time to be together in a warehouse or a barn or some location where they put this together. They have a little more time to plan, to prepare, to put it together, and it has proven to make a big difference in the way the Glasgow Community Christmas Parade, the 2022 Aloha Christmas, has played out.
We've got our lays on here, as you can see if you're watching. If not, I've got one on that's fuchsia, purple, however you want to put it. You've got on a little bit more summery colors.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right.
My glasses were fogging up just a moment ago.
My lays with my gloves on.
That's right. My glasses were fogging up just a moment ago because, I'm just putting out too much hot air this evening, I guess.
Some folks, I sure want to wager whether you're going to, on TV, eat that Hawaiian ice or not.
Well, I mean, you want to see that? You want to see that this evening?
I don't want to do it, okay? Don't challenge me.
Look, I'll take a bite out of it. I'll give all our listeners a indication of what it tastes like. Let me move my mic.
Yeah, move your mic. I think the sports crew would appreciate that if they don't do a ball game next week with a Hawaiian ice on it.
I mean, it's really good. And let me say this, too. They dropped this off probably over 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And it's still got its shaved ice feel to it. It's not frozen solid.
That's right. But what a great way, just one more exclamation point on a nicely themed Aloha Christmas Parade.
Right. I couldn't be more proud of this. Like I said, nearly 170 entries this year, and we had a few that I think may have had some dropouts the last second, but nonetheless.
But not nearly as many as we have had in the past.
No.
I will say that.
No.
Perfect night for a parade, and my goodness, everybody has done a great job. You know, I want to be sure and I want to read another commercial here, like for Chef Danny with the Fine Arts Bistro, inviting you to come out and try the new winter menu for all new delicious chicken burrito, burger bistro bowls, homemade secret recipe soups and sandwiches. Fine Arts Bistro has something for everybody. Come and see them, just like the staff at Southern Kentucky Collision. Want to wish and thank their customers and wish them a happy holiday season and an amazing 2022. They have had 15 full-time employees priding themselves in customer service and industry-leading standards to repair your car back to the pre-accident condition. I like that term.
Yeah, and we're entering 2023. It's hard to believe, you know, the third year already of this decade, but
Right.
We're moving on right along. The community, like we've talked about all night, bouncing back from an unfortunate time. But I'm encouraged by tonight, you know, the excitement that's
Yes.
here. And, you know, again, I just want to reiterate, too, we appreciate, you know, your dedication to
Thank
this
you.
broadcast for years. You've been joining this, and it's wonderful. We thank our sponsors who are gracious enough to sponsor this coverage so that folks who couldn't be here tonight, didn't want to be here, maybe they felt like they wanted to sit in the recliner instead where it's warm.
Right.
We thank our sponsors for sponsoring that so we could bring it to them.
Including Extreme Fitness, HVAC Services, Calvert and Nunn Insurance, Southern Kentucky Collision, and Fine Arts Bistro, as well as special thanks to the Avenue Church, Greer's Horse. I got thinking about if they had one more little cup of coca, I'd take it on the way out.
Hey, it'd be nice.
That's
wouldn't it?
right. Anyway, it's Greer's Florist and Green River Rentals. And certainly we've been enjoying being a part of the EPB telecast here tonight, as we have for a great number of years. And they did the credits on there on the crawl a minute ago.
They did.
You know, talked about doing this parade for a long time. There's a lot of EPB personnel that's been involved in doing this. How many years you been doing this, Dawn? 20 years? Okay, all right. Our camera gal here, who also is our spotter tonight, says she's been doing the parade 20 years. And
Wow.
I know, you know, we got, you know, I'm just going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you this. I should tell you this. But one of the first parades I ever did, Aaron Russell was up here at the parade site in diapers. In diapers.
And now he's making it happen.
Now he's the director or the producer or both.
Yeah, there he is. He's
There
not.
he is.
Let
Look
me
at him
say
over
this.
there.
I'll say this because I can. He's not in a diaper
No,
tonight.
he's not. But
I don't think.
But that's how far back we go.
Oh man.
But thanks to you, Aaron, and all the folks at the EPB who put together a very organized telecast and glitch-free sort of a telecast, and
Yep.
we enjoyed every bit of it. Wonderful.
I'm tickled by it. Well, Henry, it's been a pleasure to join you this evening. It's been a pleasure talking to you folks that are listening at home on the radio.
Right.
We appreciate you tuning in this evening. And I believe that's going to wrap it up this evening here at an Aloha Christmas. It's been the 2022 Glasgow Christmas Parade. Henry?
All right. Good night, everybody, for WCLU and the Glasgow Electric Plant Board, and Merry Christmas.